website, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your website with Siteground hosting provider. So as you can see, I'm logged into my Siteground account, and now I'm going to go on the website tab. I'm going to click new website, and I'm going to choose a temporary domain just for this video. Because it's free, because it's temporary. You can choose a new domain if you want to buy one, or you can choose existing domain if you already have your own domain and you want to connect it to SiteGround service. You can create a new website, or you can transfer your existing site to this SiteGround hosting service. I'm just going to create a new website, and I'm going to choose WordPress. You can choose WooCommerce if you're going to have a store, or if you're planning to sell your own products, maybe to do an affiliate marketing, drop shipping. You can choose this option. Weebly Site Builder is not recommended. They have this option if you want to, use your Weebly account to build your website, but it's not recommended. So let's use WordPress. This is my email that I sign up with my Siteground account. You can choose your own email, so you can use a new email, or you can use the same email as you used when you signed up as with Siteground account. Password, I'm going to just change the password, create something simple to remember, such as yeah, here we go. Continue. They will ask you if you want to pay for these extra services they offer, such as Siteground Site Scanner, which basically checks your website for any intrusion, any hacks, any if it's anything wrong with your website, it will tell you, it will send you a message. But you don't need to use this. You can pay 18 euros per year, so it's not a monthly subscription, it's yearly. But there are many free plugins that you can use that do the same thing, even better than some of their paid tools here. Just going to click finish, and now we are going to wait for a SiteGround to create our WordPress website. It can take up to 2 minutes, depends on your hosting and your internet connection and so on. While we wait, I'm going to talk about domains and SSL certificate basically. So let's start with domains. Domains are important. So if you are choosing and creating website about marketing, or about dogs, about cats, about animals, about whatever you are trying to create a website about, you would want to have a domain that somehow it tells that you are in that niche. For example, I choose the temporary domain in this example, but you can choose best dogs, or funnydogs.com or something like that, if you're in dog niche. Or maybe if you're in car niche, like fastest cars, or speedy cars, or whatever, something that will tell your fans, your viewers, your users that you are in that niche. This is not required, but it's great to have it. Great to have something rather than having something plain, something that's not, something that you cannot really tell what kind of niche person is. Something like broad as marketing can be anything. There's so many niche under the marketing, you just cannot tell what's the website about. Okay, so the website is set. Now I'm going to enter in my website. You can go and log in into an admin. It's probably going to log in you automatically, because we just created password and email, and we saved it. You can go here to your site if you want to see how it looks, but it doesn't have anything on website right now. And you can go on tools. This I will talk a little bit later about it. So let's log in into our site, WordPress site. Start now, and here it asks us to choose our themes. The themes are basically how your website is going to look. So you can choose theme right here, or you can choose it later. It doesn't matter if you choose it now or later. You can always change it. So it's up to you. I'm going to stick with the one that's already selected. It's 2021. It's free theme. There are free themes. There are paid themes. These are all free. Choosing a right theme for you, it's going to be one of the biggest things where we are going to go over. So I'm just going to continue here. Then they are like asking you to use, if you're going to use different features, if you're going to have a store, then you can select some free plugins they offer, or if you're going to use maps, Google Maps or whatnot, calendar for scheduling, if you're going to have some kind of service that requires scheduling, and so on. I'm just going to continue and skip all of these because I don't need them, and because you can find much better apps and tools under the plugins that I'm going to show you a little bit later. This is going to take a moment or two. So while we wait, I'm going to tell you about SSL certificate. So what is SSL certificate? So SSL certificate is basically this little padlock that usually stands here. Notice how it says it's not secure, because our website right now, which is created, doesn't have SSL certificate. But if we go to, for example, on Google website, on Google search engine, you can see this padlock, like a little bit lock right here, and it says connection secure, certificate is valid. You can click here if you want to see more. Google uses their own certificates, but many other websites uses certificates, either free certificates or paid. It doesn't really change anything if you have free or paid. It's just, I guess some paid versions are, I guess, more reliable than free ones, but it doesn't really matter what you choose. I usually use free ones even on my main websites, but again, doesn't really matter that much. So let's go to our dashboard. And first thing we see is this is our dashboard. This is where you're going to have all of these, little notifications, updates, if you need to change something, or if some kind of error occurred, it will tell you here. It will show you right here. To me right now it says that it needs to update some of the plugins, which I will do later. It also already has installed some of the plugins, because I bought Grow Big account, and with that account you get some default plugins installed. I'm now going to show you. First, you need to go for what you first need to do. You probably, and it doesn't, there is no order. You can do whatever you want, but I'm going to show you. You can go and choose a theme. Choosing a theme is, in my opinion, one of the most important things when you're just starting out with your WordPress website, because it's going to tell you how your website is going to look. So right now I have this default 2021 theme, and it's selected, and I can customize it, and I can start building my website using this theme. You can use these themes. These are free themes. Three themes are right now. There are only 3 here, but you can go add new, and then you will have a much more options, like 9,000 themes for WordPress available there. Most of them are free, some of them are paid, but those that are paid are usually either created for very specific kind of niches, or like created by some popular people that create these themes, but not recommended again. One of the most used theme is this Neve theme. It's like a simple blog theme. You can use it for whatever you want. It's created, just for blogging, but you can use it for different purposes. And again, there is Neve Coffee Shop, there is Neve Drone, they use that theme in creating all of these sites. So you can just use the website, put your own information, whatever, just rewrite your own website. You don't even need to change anything. So let me just select one of these themes. I'm going to go Astra is also one of the most popular ones, because you have a lot of options, a lot of new features that are basically for only that theme. You can't, for example, I'm having this default theme right now, and I really cannot do much with it because it's very limited. It only has basic options. I cannot, I can still build my website, but it's not going to look as I want it because there is no many features, so I cannot edit it, completely. But if you choose any of these, Neve theme, for example, or Astra theme, they have a lot more features, and they are really, you can really edit them how you want it, even if you only use their free versions. I'm just going to use right now this blog or maybe drone theme, for example. I'm going to try to install it right here. Install. It will ask you if you want to import all of the content that website has. In this preview, as you can see, it looks already built, so you can import it and you can have already built up website, and then you can just change few things and you have website ready to go. Or you can click no and have it, just a blank page, and starting from scratch. You want to use the theme, but you want to build it yourself. So it's up to you. I'm just going to click yes and continue. It should tell you that it's importing the theme, and you import a theme, everything works. But because I use a temporary domain once when I created my account, my WordPress website, I cannot change themes. So this is just a for demo, so I can show you how to use WordPress. But you will be on your website, and you can see how your website looks. And then you can go click here, customize, and you can start customizing your website. I will just click it right now so you can see how it looks once you start customizing. As you can see, we can go, all of these different things. You can go site identity, you can go site title, you can change the title of this home page or whatever it is that you are editing, or maybe tagline, or maybe you don't want to have it shown and just remove it completely. And once you are, satisfied with it, you just click publish, and it will save your change. And then you can change colors, put dark mode if your theme has that. Some themes have different features. That's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. For example, this theme only has background image option. Your theme might have background image, might have overlay colors, might have different fonts, different menus, more widgets and stuff like that. So let me just go back so I can show you. From here you can go directly to your dashboard, and we'll now go to plugins. Plugins are again most important things on your WordPress website. Plugins and themes are two most important things, because under the plugins are basically application which works with your WordPress website, which will help you to make your WordPress website easier to use, to be faster, to be more secure, to rank better on Google, and so on. There are so many apps or plugins that you can use to improve your website. So many. But for example, one of the more important plugin which everyone should use in my opinion is the backup plugin. So you can install whichever one you like, but for myself I usually use this one because I already used it for like a year or so, and it's really good. It has many options, many different settings you can do with it. So I would usually go just install it and activate it. And what this plugin does, it gives you option to back up your content. So if you are like afraid if your website is going to get hacked, or if you accidentally somehow delete your website, you can always before that back up your complete website. You can back it up, your content, your pages, everything, design, theme, everything you had on your website. You can back it up on your computer or on USB and have it safe somewhere where if something happens you can just go and upload it back, and you can have your website ready to go just like that. So I'm just going to activate it right now. Okay, it's active, and before we go I'm just going to show you a few more I guess essential plugins that you can use. Okay, now Image Optimizer is one of those plugins that you will need to use in order for your website to be faster, to load faster, and just to give you better results when you are ranking on Google. I usually do not use any of these plugins because I do this manually myself, but it will save you a ton of time to do it automatically with use of one of these plugins. Which I know one of the better one is this Short Pixel and Smash plugin. These two plugins are like top ranking plugins in this category for this thing, for optimizing images, compressing images, and you can even edit some point of images, like crop them and maybe few filters. It's not really customizable, but it doesn't need to be. It serves a purpose. There's also plugins for ranking. If you type SEO or search engine optimization, you'll get Yoast. Yoast is used by most of the people. Yoast and RankMath SEO. These two are like, I guess, alternatives to each other. Like if you don't like Yoast, you can use RankMath SEO. If you don't like Rank, you can use Yoast. Obviously, there are more of them. These are just the most popular ones, and I used Yoast, but it didn't really work for me, so I kind of transferred to RankMath SEO, and it basically what it gives you the old guidelines for making your website work faster, better. If you have any issues, if your content is not ranking, it will show you what's wrong. Maybe you used maybe your title is not good enough, maybe it's too long, maybe it's too short, maybe you have too many images, maybe you need more images, and so on and so forth. Basically, it will help you to rank your content online, and it will eventually help you to get more traffic, get more people see your content. Also, there are different add-ons for different themes for different builders. So we have premium Elementor. Elementor is one of the more popular builders. And what is Builder basically? Builder is basically a plugin or an app that will help you to build your website and theme by using drag and drop features. So you will not need to, as you've seen me before, I was needed to go on the left window open, and every time I want to edit something or type something, I would need to select it through that window. But if you use drag and drop builders like Elementor, you will need just to drop images where you want them, drop different blocks, and these blocks would be different section for writing content, headlines, menus, widgets, different icons and stuff like that. Just drag and dropping. It's much easier to create website that way, but in my opinion, it takes time to learn how to properly use it. I'm just going to, I'm just going to say it like that. So anyway, so these are the add-ons and plugins that you can use. There are really, it says 9,000 here, but there are way more than 9,000 free plugins that you can use. There's like probably closer to like 20 million or maybe even more than that. So let me go and show you something else that you need to know about WordPress. So we can go on settings. Under the settings, you can change site of your title of your site. You can change the taglines and turn them off as you see me do before. You can select if you want to have subscribers. Maybe you want to maybe you want to set a role for a different people if you're not the only user of your website. You can do that here, or you can use again another plugin for that. Maybe it's more convenient that way for you. And then you can change your time zone. You can set dates, formats, and everything. Just save settings. Under the writing, still in settings, we go underneath here. This section is only for email. This is mostly for these old type of emails that you need forward through. And if you want to use your WordPress and your SiteGround hosting to send emails, I wouldn't recommend using that because it's so old. It doesn't have many features. You are limited, and overall, it's not good service. It's just it's just there. But if you want to use it, if you want to try it out, sure, be my guest. But for me, it's just no good at all. And then we have reading setting. This is how many blog pages shows at most, so how many posts is going to be shown at once. You can change these also, make it lower. I usually just leave it default because it doesn't really change anything. Change look on your website, but it's much better and safer to change it with your theme and with your manually changing. If later on, if you decide to change, you can always come back and change it. The only important thing is this right here, because I know how to you should know how to use this. So this is search engine visibility. So what this basically means, it means your website is not going to visible until you decide to uncheck it. So if you check it like this, it's not going to visible. So search engines like Google, Yahoo, and other search engines, and even if some of the people wants to come to your website, they will not see it. They will not be able to interact with it. So it will not be. So in sense, it will not be public. It will be public, but it will not be visible. So I always do this because if I'm editing or if I'm designing my website or if my website is not finished, I just put this little like a check icon here and I'm save it, and I'm sure that no one will be able to visit my website. But once I'm done with editing and it's ready to be public, I just remove it, save changes. It takes few hours to take a change, but it will take a change. You don't need to worry about. I already tried out many times. Some people say there are different kind of things your website might not get shown about like a day or two, but I never had any issues with that, so you don't need to worry about it. Anyway, we have discussion. This is more like how it all looks about default post settings, how many notification you get if someone comments on your posts, if someone like your post, shares your post, and stuff like that. You can always turn off the comments here. You can check this if you want to before publishing these comments that people send. If you don't want to have bad reviews, or maybe people use bad words like a cuss, they cuss much and stuff, you can put like this: comment must be manually approved. I would do this because you never know. People just came on the website and they just start typing weird stuff, or maybe they start promoting their own content, which is never a good idea. I'm just going to save this. You can also change these Gravatar icons here. That's basically this little icon right here, this image. You can use Gravatar. You can use different plugins to do that. I really don't care, you know, doesn't really matter. People will not see that, so it's more, you know, if it bothers you, you can do it. On the media tab, we have a part where you basically going to see a thumbnail size. This is important because once you start posting images, this is basically a default dimension for your image. So if you do not change this, images will always be at this dimension unless you change them manually. You can always change them here, so no worries, just so you know that this is where these options are. Now in Permalink Settings, here is the most important type, options, sorry. So usually it's selected on plain. For me it was already on post name. You always want to have like this URL like this. So basically starting with your URL, then having your domain, and then having the name of your post, instead of having like a gibberish like numbers and letters and all, you know, mixed up. You want to have this because search engines, once you start ranking, they more appreciate to have for you to have these you know, post names, so they can, you know, create these site maps, which are basically like a maps or like a charts for a search engine to easily identify your content. So where your posts are, you know, where they can find them easily and easier find them, and where they can, you know, create these maps over the internet, so they can find so they can easily connect your content with people that are searching for for similar keywords and similar names, title names, post names and stuff. So just, you know, put here this blue circle. If it's on any other, put it here, post name, and just save it. Then you can go on privacy tab. This is just what they say, you know, about privacy. You can read it if you want. There is nothing really you can do here. You can create, you know, your own privacy settings, policy, whatever. And then I have this Updraft Plus because this was for the backing up. This was the plugin that I downloaded to show you that you need to have it to back up your website. So if I want to back up my website, I will just go back up now, and it will, you know, automatically ask you where to download what to download and where to download it. So it's easy. And if you want to upload it, same thing. You will just go, it says restore, but you will get the option to upload here, upload backup files, and you can basically upload them back up. Now, because we are using the Siteground, we have these extra options, Cytogram Optimizer. Depending on the plan that you choose to go with, it will be different for everyone. So these are options basically to make your site run faster. You can enable them, you can change them here, you can, you know, speed test, you can test your website, I usually just leave it on as it is. Maybe I would change few settings, but the settings I do not know what to do. I usually just leave it on as it is, as I said, because I don't want to mess up with this. Because if you change something and you are not sure what it does, it can really mess up your website, and it can prevent you from entering into your website, prevent you from logging in. So I wouldn't mess with this if you don't know what you are doing. You can check out their YouTube official videos from a Siteground. They're probably going to explain you how to use these features, but for right now it's not really important. We also have Siteground security, which is, again, it will show you the security, how secure your website is because you chose to use their hosting, and everything is basically automated, so you don't need to worry about this at all. Next thing what I want to show you is creating your post. So to create your post, you just go on to post section, you go to add new, and you start creating your post. You can add title, you can add title, and then you can add, you know, text. This is basically how you start creating your blog posts and you are going to spend most time here creating. Now this is created in Gutenberg Builder, so I'm going to explain right now what Gutenberg is. This is a default builder which WordPress usually promotes for you to use it. But as I said before, you can use different builders through a plugins. You can download them through a plugins. You can use Elementor. You can use even there are multiple builders. There's a Beaver Builder, I think. Never used that, so I'm not sure is that even correct name. But basically, using different builders will give you a different option, and it will basically enable you to customize it more. Customize it more and design it differently. But I chose to use this Gutenberg Builder because of its simplicity and because of its features. They are really improving from what they were. Before it was some classic builder. They had limited features. It was hard to edit. It was hard to write. It was hard to design it. But right now they really step up the game. They really added a lot more features, and it's much easier to learn how to use them, to find all of the things you need. I used Elementor in past. It was great. It's easier to design. It looks much better. Your website looks better. But once you start, writing a post, it's just kind of, if you're not used to switching between designing and creating post, you might not like it. I really didn't, because it was all in one place. To some people this is better, but to me it was just too much features, too much stuff. You really can't you can't see what you are doing. There's too much options. So I switched back to Gutenberg, and it was the best moment I ever did. They get this awesome update. You can edit whatever. You can click here to edit even more stuff. So it's not just this just to be you can edit all of different stuff. You can edit images, songs. You can edit different sections, groups, columns, put a space, put calendars. You can even type code if you are tech savvy. If you know any coding, you can even type your own custom code. You can do whatever you want basically. So for me this is much easier to learn. You can put YouTube videos, you can embed them, you can embed Vimeo, you can embed WordPress posts from maybe different blogs or different websites that you have. You can put Reddit, you can social media, put stuff, social media stuff. You can also download some plugins, so you even have more options, which I usually do when I start designing websites. Well, this is just an example, so I'm just going to, this is just a test. Here are few ways you can start creating your content today. So basically this is where you're going to type, and then you'll just boom, press enter, go down, press this little plus sign or add sign, like add image for example, and then we just upload something. You can upload from your computer, or you can choose from media library. Media library basically is your hosting service. So everything you upload in your host service, maybe you throw in file with your images, and then you can choose from there what to use. This is maximum file size, so it cannot be bigger than 256 megabytes, so choose wisely. So this is file size, not dimensions, size of the file. You can also, I forgot to say, you can also upload plugins. If you bought plugins from Envato, Elements, or any other website, you can upload and you can use them. You can upload blog posts, you can upload pages, you can upload themes, you can upload whatever you want, as long as it's compatible with the WordPress website that you have. I'm just going to you know, leave it like this. If you want to remove something, just press these three dots and you can remove, or you can start deleting with delete button and so on. I'm just going to publish here. Now you can public, private, password protected. You can change the options. You can choose when to publish it, so you can actually schedule it, and you can add tags. So adding tags, this will be important later on for SEO, but right now you can know, because this is test, I'm going to just test whatever, it doesn't matter right now. And just type words and separate with commas, or enter the key, or the enter key, basically, if you want to finish the sentence or the keyword, for example, SEO, and then boom, and then basically publish your post. This was the post. You can view post, how it looks, and it looks right now like this because I didn't write anything, then the title and a little bit of text. I will go back to a WordPress. They do occasionally do these WordPress updates, so you will see these on your main WordPress under the WordPress logo about WordPress. This here, you will see these updates, what's new, and they will tell you what each update brings and how they improve WordPress over the time. And you can also send them feedback, so in future they might even add these features that you want. Now we go on under the user section. This section is if you want to have multiple users, you can add new users here. You can put yourself as an administrator or creator or designer. You can basically change roles, your roles, other people's roles, and you can do whatever you want. You can use plugins to do so also, but I guess this is kind of easier because it's already integrated in WordPress. Why not use it? Under the tools, you are going to see here different things depending on what plugins you downloaded and you used. You can see more options than I already have. You can see this import export thing I already said and downloaded the plugin which does things for me, but you can also use this default import and export settings for WordPress right here, or any other thing. If you have Blogger, you can import blog posts, comments, and users here. Again, you can use plugins for this. There are much easier and faster ways to do this, but you can if you won't use this way. So we go on site health. Now this is very important. Site health is going to tell you is your website working properly? Is everything all right with your website? So in my case, it says critical issues. You have plugins waiting to be updated. I need to update it. One plugin, and if you go like this, you will see which plugin it is. It will either tell you which plugin, or it will tell you to go and manage it directly. Then it has recommended improvements. You should remove inactive themes. I have 3 themes, so yes, I should remove them. And schedule event is late. Now this is some kind of error which can be resolved if I visit my this is with my performance, if I visit my posts and pages. But usually these recommended improvements are not required, so you can you can ignore them if you want. But if you want faster website, and if you want top-notch speed, and just to have the best website as you can, it's good to go over them. Critical issue, I'm going to resolve it right now. I'm just going to update your plugin. I'm going to go, this is the plugin that I need to, WordPress importer, the plugin that I need to update. I'm just going to update it here. Once it's done, it will say updated, and now we are good. Now if we go back to our tools and then down to site health, we'll see there is no more that critical issue that we had, that we need to update. And we'll say site health is good. Right here you also click info to see information about your WordPress, such as your version, such as the language, also to see your home URL and different options you have here. Also, very important thing is to go over on the pages. That's what I wanted to say. Pages. So basically, pages are, everything you want to have, such as, blog, about us page, contact us page, home page. Those are pages. So you create them same way as posts. Add new. Once it loads in this editor, you just create names like title, for example, home. And instead of, you can put descriptions and images if you want, but I usually don't. And I just click here, click next, click schedule, or click update and publish, and it's live. Home is now live. Now if we go back and add another page, which is going to be blog. Now this page is going to be obviously a blog post page. This page is going to be a page where all my blog posts are gathered at one place. And to do so, we'll need to go down to settings. Under settings, we'll need to go to, not here, here, reading settings. You'll see this, your homepage displays. Now, if I did not change my settings, every time I post new post, my homepage would be that post. But I do not want that, and it really is, matter of preference, but I will choose a static page, meaning my home page is going to be a page that I just create home, and my post page is going to be another page that I create called blog. And I will just go and save changes, and now I can go back to my website, click visit site, just right click, and now this is my home page. But because I do not have anything here, it doesn't show anything. But as if you want to edit your posts and media and pages, you just go there, edit them, and create new ones. Also for pages, you can create privacy policy, terms of use, and everything like that. Usually those are very easy to create, and you can basically go on Google and search for a free generators that will give you basically free terms of service and terms and privacy policy, and maybe even affiliate disclaimers and such. So you don't need to worry about that. That's pretty easy to do. Another big thing that I'm going to show you is what I said before. Well, these are all my active plugins. All of these are default except this one that I installed. You can remove them by just clicking like this, and before that just clicking deactivated first, and then just clicking delete, or if there is a multiple, you can check them and then delete them all together. I'm just going to delete some of them because I do not need them. I'm going to delete these forms because I'm never going to use it probably. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to leave all of these as they are. Now I'm going to go under the plugins again, add new, and I'm going to type in the plugin which is going to help us get SSL certificate, which I talked before, which is very important. So SSL, just type that. And then this is the one way to get it. You can get it right here. Install this really simple SSL, which is in my opinion the easiest way to get it. Or you can go on the Google and you can go on Cloudflare, type that. I misspelled it, of course I did. Never mind. And under the Cloudflare, you can go sign up. And once you sign up for Cloudflare, you'll get the option to get the SSL certificate. I don't know, man, all of these weird checks always take so much time. Cloudflare here, and then you can create an account. Don't worry, account is free. You can create it very easily. You can just go create account, use an email service. I'll just use and then password. And I just create account, and that's basically it. After creating an account in the Cloudflare, you will go select this Cloudflare, protect your internet presence. You can choose this if you have theme, or if you work in company, you can do it here. I'll just select this. Accept your Cloudflare, register a new domain. You can select the domain. You select here a domain which you want to protect with Cloudflare. So my domain name is right here. Just copy it. Just going to put it like here and add a site. Whoops. Something. Oops. Yes, okay. My bad, guys, sorry. I cannot put it because again, this is a temporary domain. This is not my real domain. I did not buy it, but anyways, you would put your domain here, you would add a site, and then underneath it will ask you like this in little link. It will tell you, choose a free account and choose, free SSL certificate. You would get it with your website, so it's not a big deal. But let's go to the first step, using SSL, really simple SSL, to install SSL certificate for our website. Most of the times with the Siteground, you usually get these SSL certificates, and you can go, contact their customer support and ask them to, give you these certificates or to install it for you. But I like it to do it myself, like through these simple plugins. So now that it's active, we can go on under the plugins, and we can go here, and we can go and select install SSL certificate, and we'll just wait for it to work its thing. If it says this, the hosting panel software was not recognized, don't need to worry. Just click next and agree to terms of service, and just select which is your hosting provider, which in our case is obviously Siteground. Just select that, click next, and everything else should be fine. And as it is now, it will say you already have free SSL on your hosting environment. As I said, you can contact them if you want to give you directly that key code certificate. They will give you, and they will tell you where you can manually install it. But I think this is much easier than go through all that. Just say next. Let me just retry this. It doesn't get me previous. I need to press go to activation, and then we'll wait to see. Now that we're here, it says it's active. Let's encrypt. It's active. You can also select different wildcards. These wildcards are like feature from Siteground that basically helps you even more make your website even more secure. But it's not, again, it's not recommended, and it's not recommended, but it's not required for you to do that. You can do it if you want, but I will not do it because it's already active. Doesn't really matter if it's wildcard or not. Anyways, I will go back here. I'm going to refresh my website. Just going to Now just going to wait a little bit just to so this can finish. Installing new SSL certificate. Basically, let's encrypt. It's going to do it. This plugin is going to do everything we should do manually. If we go to manually, we'll be able to. We should do it. Put these, copy paste these keys that you get and put it in secure place inside of your hosting service, but it will do it for us, so it's much easier this way. It's easy. Anyways, while this loads, I'm going to talk about a little bit about Cpanel. So Cpanel is basically a backend for a WordPress account for your hosting service provider. Usually when you choose your service providers or hosting service providers, you get this access to Cpanel, which is basically a place where your website is stored. Every coding, everything like that, every codes and stuff. And also that's the most important part, is that everything is there. Your IP address, your SSL certificate, your images, videos, your complete website is there. So Siteground doesn't have this because they changed it. I think it's 2019, 2020. They changed their Cpanel access to this custom control panel, as you can see here. Usually Cpanel looks more like more complicated. All over the place are numbers and apps and stuff. But right here, they made it really simple to understand and really simple to use. So you have dashboard, which you can go here. You can install WordPress and manage your WordPress settings. You can use, again, these paid services that they offer, email accounts, managers, whatnot. You can buy this service. I think the only thing paid is here, right here is this. Email accounts are free, but are pretty much useless and pretty old. You can see your IP address. You can see your name server. This is important if you manually install your SSL certificate. If not, then you can just skip that step. We can go under the backups. You can back up your whole website if you have this option in your Siteground account. If not, then you maybe need to upgrade, or maybe you can use some of the plugins to do for you, as I showed you earlier. And you can go SSL manager. That's where we are right now. HTTP enforce. This will basically, if you check this in, this will basically force your website to always allow in secure area using SSL certificate instead of using this HTTP insecure domain. So that's good to have checked. And then you have all of these different options for speed, using Cloudflare. As I said before, they also use Cloudflare for speed, for cloud hosting and stuff like that. WordPress, you can see this migrator. This will help you migrate your website, basically switch to this hosting from your hosting. And you have domains. You can create subdomains. You can buy new domains. You can redirect domains. You have email. You have statistics. This is more where is your traffic going to show once you start getting visitors. You can see audience, sources, behavior, and everything here. So they make it really simple instead of having the Cpanel. You can even, for devs or for developers and for people that are more tech savvy, they can even go here to customize and edit their website with their own custom code. Now let's go back to the main dashboard or main account on Siteground, and let's just go over the few more things before we finish it. So basically, I talked about everything. I think I gone over everything. Hopefully you understand me most of the time. If not, comment, send me a message. I will try to explain it more. I will try to be make it more simple to understand, but I think this was pretty simple. You can go on your website, on your Siteground website. You can go on here, click on your Siteground platform, and go here on the website, and you basically see your website right here. This is the website plan that I used before for one of my other tutorials. This is the new one that I used right now. You can see collaborations. You can create collaborations with people, maybe for your clients if you're a freelancer or anything like that. You can go on services. These are your plans. It says expiring soon because this is a demo. This is a free plan that I get from Siteground. They offer me plan that's pretty amazing of them. You can domains. This question is asked many times and I will answer it right here because why not. So basically, once you logged in your Siteground account, you go under domains and you can transfer your domain to this hosting, or you can register a new domain. Siteground right now has their own service to buy domains. Before they never had this, but they actually added this not so long ago. So it's pretty amazing that you can basically start your website completely through their Siteground hosting service, not to worry about domains or SSL or any other things you may need. Here is a billing details. You will have your own billing details for your credit card or your bank info or whatever to pay your hosting. You can see your history and you can see your renewals. You can always change the renewals plan. Now they have 70% off. Probably this is not going to be forever here. Like this is pretty amazing to have. 70% off on 12-month plans, so it's 1 year basically. It's pretty nice thing to have. I might myself also buy one of the plans, but right now I don't need it. I have the different plans on different hosting services. Then affiliate. If you want to become affiliate for Siteground, it's basically easy. You are already approved. You just need to go under this tab and you can create campaigns. Don't mistake it, these campaigns are not ads. These campaigns are not paid or anything. These campaigns means only like you create your affiliate links basically for their website pages. And what I mean by that, you go add new campaign and then you choose to be global or go to different countries. I usually choose global because I try to bring as much traffic from all over the place. And then you choose a landing page. They offer few landing pages that you can use to different services they offer, like cloud hosting, Drupal hosting, WooCommerce, WordPress, web hosting. Index means their home page, their main official page. And then if you want to, you can click other Siteground pages and then just choose campaign names such as test 2, for example. You can use banner if you want. I usually not use banners, and I use landing page if you want landing page. For example, if you wanted to promote, I don't know, if you want to promote, for example, go on their Siteground services or pages or what. So this would be their index or their main official page they promote. But you can actually go underneath and find blog, for example, or reviews or careers or whatever you want. For example, let's go on their blog. Let's go on their specific blog post about something that people may be interested in. For example, 21 useful WooCommerce plugins to boost your WooCommerce store functionalities out of the box. And you can just copy this link and then go back here and then just paste it right here. And you can even change this campaign ending link and you can type something like 21 plugins, 21 plugins, for example, and then just create campaign. And now it will oops, I need to remove this section, siteground.com. I need to remove that. And now it will just create, oops, sorry again guys, sorry, this just need to remove everything and just leave that blog / whatever post it was. And it will create your fully customized affiliate link with your own siteground.com /go 21 plugins. That's the name I chose. Copy link, and you can basically go and promote this. This is your affiliate link for that specific page. It will load in their blog post instead of their main index page, which you usually see, or whatever service. And you may ask, why would you do this? Well, because many people do not like be sold online, like you buy this service, they want to see, maybe informative article about plugins and functionality about stores and stuff, and they may say, okay, it's because if they come on this blog post, they came here, read this article, they were sold, okay, I'm going to use this service. If they go and press whatever, buy WooCommerce hosting, for example, and they said they start any of these plans, boom, you are going to get paid. I am also affiliate of this Siteground account. That's why I'm promoting. That's why I'm creating this tutorial for you guys. But it's not the only reason. It's obviously to help you out, to understand you how to use this, especially if you are a complete beginner, complete starting from scratch. This will probably help you a lot to just set up your website, to see how actually it is very easy to start your website. It's not hard at all. Obviously, you can use all these free websites like Blogger or Medium or Weebly or any other website that offers you free plans and free whatnot. But I recommend you to go for self-hosting plans. You will probably invest a little bit of money, as you see me. Right now it's 70% off. Basically, you can buy a year for like 100 euros. Unfortunately, they do not offer monthly plans, but in some sense that's better, I guess, because you don't need to worry about paying it each month, and you just pay it once and you're basically set for that 1 year or 2 years, or however how much whatever you choose plan to be, how long it be. And I hope, guys, you learned today everything you need about Siteground, about WordPress, about how easy it is to set it up. And I hope you choose to use this service. They are one of the best online service hosting providers. And as I said many times before, if I had at the time of my main website creating, I would probably go with these hosting providers. Not even probably, because I used it right now a few times. They gave me few months free, and I used it, and it was pretty awesome. It's fast, it's so customizable. You get these all free stuff and options. Cpanel, their Cpanel is 10 times better than normal Cpanel. It's so much easier to use. Their customer support is completely unbelievable. They are always in touch. You can always contact them. It doesn't matter which day, it doesn't matter what hour it is, they will always be there for you. It's so amazing. So guys, if you really want to buy, if you want to create website, if you want to start making money online, this is the way to go. You just need to have a website in 2021, and I hope you do. I hope you choose to go through Siteground rather than any other cheaper version or alternative. You will never have problems with Siteground, and I only heard the best things about this website. Anyways, guys, without further ado, I don't want to hold you anymore. This was my tutorial about Siteground website and how to set it up and how to use it. Hopefully you learned everything you needed, and see you in the next tutorial, see you in the next guide. I will probably create multiple guides and even post some of the videos on my YouTube channel. Check it out later if you have chance, and yeah, see you guys later.